I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it to it, right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Roger, 0G, and I feel fine. Liftoff and the clock has started. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right. Let's get into it. Rice on the mics is back. And I hope you're ready for this one. Oh, boy, we got some big stuff happening. Oh, man. I got Mets pitching woes. I got big moves in the NFL. I got so much to talk about today, guys. And I'm coming at you. Little conspiracy theory I'm cooking up here. It's pretty spicy. Breaking down the news all across the league. Baseball, we got Scherzer, we got DeGrom, we got Ellie, we got Judge, we got Pete, we got Soto. I got them all. Big list on the Yankees, big list on the Mets. Whole mess of stuff to cover in NBA and NFL. Oh, man, it's going to be such a good one. And I'm telling you, you're going to want to hear about this conspiracy theory. Okay? Maybe call me crazy. Fine. Everybody else does. But I'm telling you, all these contracts in the MLB, a bunch of these rookies getting signed real early, getting bought out of their arbitration years, something fishy's going on. And I think I figured it out. Stay tuned, boys. Let's get after it. All right, I know. You want to hear about the conspiracy theory. We'll get there. That's what is called in this industry as a tease. Okay? We tease things. Don't worry. You'll get to hear it. It's all good. There is one thing that I have to do. Before anything here. Ready? Carmelo Anthony! That's right, Knick fans. Our boy. Carmelo. Anybody that says Carmelo wasn't a great Knick, by the way, I don't value their opinion at all. Okay? New York native. Title as a freshman in Syracuse. Okay? Kid wanted to come home. Yeah, we traded this, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Carmelo, in times when we were down, Carmelo was a god. Okay? He was the only shining light on this Knicks team. And guess what? First ballot Hall of Famer. Happy for the kid. Happy to have him be an ambassador for us. Love it. Now, on to this current Knicks team. Brunson's cleared, so we'll see if he wants to get some minutes in. I would like that. Not a lot, but, I mean, minutes and Tibbs. Let's not go back there again, huh? OG has woken up 5 games. He's been lighting it up. He was actually the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, for whatever that's worth, you know. Zion. Shut down for the rest of the year. I mean, his career is terrible. I mean, it's terrible too because the guy was coming out of Duke. I mean, the guy was unreal. Looked like baby Shaq. I don't know. Durant is also a little hurt. I'm not too worried about the Suns doing anything, but he is. You know, everybody thought he was going to be moved to the deadline. No. That's an off-season summer acquisition. Apparently the Knicks are in play for him. I don't know. I'm good on that, man. Kevin Durant is no longer the finishing piece of things. I think he's a hell of a player. He is a sharpshooter. He is He has been a great player in this league, I should say. But has been. Not calling him a has-been. I'm just saying he has been, if you get what I'm saying, a great player in this league. So for the Knicks, I would humbly say thank you, no thank you, which is crazy to think about from where we were begging him to come when he came to the Nets to now. I'm politely declining. Ja Morant in a little bit of hot water. No surprise there. Grizzlies are like 3 in the West, 4 in the West. I don't know. I've been paying attention to the West, but not super lot. And they just up and fired their coach. Goodbye. Okay. Tell me that's not. How do I say this? Ja Morant is the most talented guard, one of the most talented guards in the league. And I don't know what he needs. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what, but whatever it is now, where literally they fired their coach, and then 2 games later, he threw like finger guns at the Wizards bench. I think the Wizards they were playing. First of all, it's the Wizards. Okay, they have like 10 wins on the fucking season. They're gonna probably end up with Cooper. Okay, Ja, what are you doing? You got suspended for half of the season for gun stuff. Okay. Okay, lapse of judgment, lapse of character. Maybe he just completely, I don't know, forgot about it. Whatever. Thought it was all cool again. You can't do that. Let me let you in on a little secret. You can't do that. Sorry, man. Other people might even be able to do that. You can't. Sorry. It's painful to see insane superstar, almost superstar level talent just be like this. And then speaking of superstar talent, that just the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah. How's that working out, boys? Joel Embiid, cooked. Paul George, cooked. Tyrese Maxey, great player. I'll give it to him. But he's now cooked, done for the year. They're going nowhere fast. They're still on the hook for Paul George for like another 4 years. Embiid might not play again. I love me some Philly hate, okay? New York guy, love it. But, man, it's always foo Philly. You love to see the 76ers down bad. You love it. Snap transition into the NFL here. The draft feels forever away. It's still a couple weeks out, April 24th. Does the NFL know how to control every month for ratings or what? NBA playoffs? No. Don't worry about that. Come watch our draft for players that you have no idea about what's going to go on with. I feel like I've been talking about this forever. I feel like I've been hyping this up forever. But that's the NFL, right? Anyway, Travis Hunter now seems to be linked to the Giants, which I guess, I don't know, it would be the smart move. I mean, he's a blue chip player, blue chip stock. He's a blue chip player. Week to week, you can, if you get him, you can sprinkle him in on offense. You can sprinkle him in on defense. Let's say no good corners this week. Hey, guess who gets to play a little more receiver? Vice versa, need a good corner. Hey, man, lots of corner today. Malik Neighbors will take care of the load. So maybe we start seeing a little more of this in college. A little Golden Boy, Shohei Ohtani crossover. God, could you imagine the payout for that? Wide receivers make money and corners make money. Imagine you play both and you're a rocket at both. Jesus. Either way, very interesting prospect for the NFL. They should definitely, no matter where he goes, Cleveland, God forbid, they should definitely market and really push him. Because if he turns out to what he's supposed to be, whew. Then the other option is they take Carter. Okay, so they take Carter and they mix him next to Thibodeau. Maybe Thibodeau starts waking up. Who knows? Be great, but Carter looks great too. Then maybe they trade back or they trade back in and they go get a guy like Jackson Dart or Tyler Shuck, excuse me. Kid out of Louisville. I don't know. Quarterbacks are always overinflated for the draft, so who knows? Looks like they've made their bed, though, with Jameis and Wilson. And you hope they made their bed, not shit their bed. They're good. Listen, they're vets. It's a tough-ass schedule for the Giants this year. But they're just being on vets alone, they're going to be able to win you one or two more games. Maybe that's enough to save Dable's job and Shane's job. It's going to be a real big hole for Shane to crawl out of from Saquon leaving. So all you can do is, get talent and make it work. That's what a good coach does. So Dable's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer, but he's also supposed to be a good coach. Just get talent. Make it work. I mean, shit, that's what the Cowboys did. Cowboys did that with Parsons, okay? And that window has kind of closed now, unfortunately. But Micah and Lamb at the time were the right choices, okay? Shit, they won the division a couple years ago. And then they get smoked by Green Bay, but that was coaching. That's McCarthy. That's why McCarthy didn't get the extension. That's why he wasn't there. But they won that division on Lamb and Micah's back, okay? And Myles Garrett just reset the market now on DNs. So Mike is up for a contract. It's interesting to see where that's going to go. Jerry Jones, being the owner that he is, talking, spewing this, that, and the other. I don't know. Oh, there's no rush for Micah. There should be. There should be. Speaking of owners, too, that nobody wants to hear from or that are incompetent, Woody Johnson. Spoiler alert, maybe not so much the Jet fans. He's an idiot. Oh, God. Guy comes out and calls the NFLPA survey that they do every year at the end of the year for, locker rooms and staff and facility and blah, 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 blah. And he calls it fake news kind of deal. Woody, I don't know if you know this. This isn't like a media thing. These are literally your employees anonymously grading you on how shitty you are as an owner. Okay. Then he doubles down. In the same interview and goes, how do you feel about Justin Fields as your new quarterback? And he goes, oh yeah, Fields was great. In that draft class, it was Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. Those were the two quarterbacks that we really had our eyes on. You had the number 2 pick, and Lawrence went 1. And you took Zach, the best friend's mom, lover, layer, Wilson. What in God's name are you talking about? All right, fine. He was overseas being Ambassador Johnson at the time, and his brother was running the team. So maybe he didn't have his hands as much as he did, but something tells me he was all over it. Something tells me he saw that throw on the pro day and saw Jamarcus Russell and said, yeah, go get him. Go get him. Speaking of draining the swamp, you see what I did there? You like that? Yeah, you like that. Aaron Glenn coming in and being Bill Parcells and cleaning house, offering like 170 employees of whoever doesn't want to be here, we'll pay you severance. Get out if you don't want to be here. That sounds like winning culture to me. That sounds like there's some hope in this building. Okay. Oh, man. Fingers crossed that at 7 they take the tackle. And then they have linchpin tackles and AVT and John Simpson. And they just run the shit out of the ball back to the Rex Ryan days. Okay. With Thomas Jones and John Connor just knocking the hell out of everybody. But now it's Breece Hall and Agent Zero, Braylon Allen. And Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson connection. Sure, you want to take a tight end, you want to take another weapon, you want to take something, there's plenty to get in the second round, third round, you want to move up, you want to trade back in, whatever you want to do. But at 7, they need to take an O-lineman, okay? That is 100% the play, okay? Be mean green, mean machine, okay? Paul Cruz style. I don't know, man. I have hope in the Jets. I swore when they got Rodgers, if it didn't work out, that they had sold their soul to the devil, and that we were going to be paying for it for the next 10 years. But I'm starting to believe again. Right when they pull me out, right when I get out, they pull me right back in. I'm hoping, but it's the Jets. JETS. Just enjoy tailgating season, right? Yay. All right, well, let's go. Got to have optimism. You got to be positive. You got to being positive bring positivity, right? We can only hope for the best. All right. I've kept you hanging on long enough. Garrett Crochet, 6 years, 170. Makes sense. Jackson Merrill, 9 years, 135 with a club option. It doesn't really make sense. Keitel Marte, 6 years, 116 with a player option. Christian Campbell, 8 years, $60 million with 2 club options. What? Brandon Fout, that's a tough name to pronounce, of the Diamondbacks. 5 years, $45 million. Guy's a pretty damn good pitcher with a club option. Cal Raleigh, 6 years, 105. Why, oh why, are all these young players getting early contract extensions and getting bought out of their arbitration? Are teams seeing what Atlanta did with a lot of their young players and trying to jump on the trend now because it's a copycat league? No. I am here to tell you, first, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. I wholeheartedly believe that the MLB owners know that they are going to go into a lockout during the next MLBPA union discussion. So they are going to try and fight this salary cap, which unfortunately might happen. And by doing that and signing these players early, these players might get grandfathered in. Yeah, why wouldn't I sign some of my best talent early and then you tell me I have a salary cap? Well, I didn't sign them when we had a salary cap. So how can I be held accountable now for moving the goalposts? You guys made rules when I signed these players. It's incredibly smart from an owner standpoint and incredibly shitty also from an owner standpoint. You got to tip your cap to good business. But I'm telling you, you heard it here first. Next year, when they get locked out, this is why all these kids got contracts. I mean, Jackson Merrill, 9 years, $135 million. That's 4 years of arbitration bought out. Okay. But 135 over 9 years? Jackson Merrill's a pretty damn good player. Who's to say in 4 years, he doesn't turn into this massive superstar? You think he's going to be happy when his next free agent contract comes at 32? I'm telling you, there's something getting cooked in the books here, okay? There's your conspiracy. There's your hot take. I promise you something sketchy is going on here, okay? Oh, boy. Just remember, you heard it here first. Rice on the mics. Big trouble coming. And a little more silly kind of controversy that's going around the league right now is the Torpedo bat. I personally, I don't have a problem with it. Please, bring back. I want the pitchers throwing as hard as they can. I want the batters juiced up, ready to roll. I want to see good baseball, okay? So, MLB, Get out of your own way, okay? Torpedo bat, fuck it, man. Who cares? Who cares? Alonso doesn't use a torpedo bat. Judge doesn't use a bat, okay? The power hitters are going to hit. Fine. So, the guys that are middle of the pack, fuck it. Give them a little advantage. Who cares? You do like to see some of the superstars use it, I guess. I mean, Ellie had himself a day a couple days ago. Ellie had 7 ribbies, not for the season, in a game. Okay? He had a single, a double, 2 home runs in the game. Okay? His quote after the game, because they found out he was using the torpedo bat or whatever. Ellie's not the best English speaker. He said, it's more about the player than the equipment. And he was like, it was because, quote, how it feel like. So that means like they're getting more, it's top heavy. They're getting more whip on the bat. They're getting more velocity through the zone. Fine. Cool, man. Fuck it. Go for broke. Then the joke of the press conference was that they asked him, "Oh, do you think you'll use it again?" And he like gave like the look, like almost like the Jim from The Office look to the guy, because he's hitting .438, 6 runs, 8 ribbies, and a stolen base on the year. Yeah, I would say I would keep using the goddamn thing. Okay. You know what's funny too? This all kind of falls on Michael K. Well, it falls on the MLB for not putting out a press release about it, to be honest with you, and declaring that it's legal and letting guys use it. But it all kind of falls on Michael K. because during the Yankee broadcast or right before it, he literally brought it up. And then that game, the Yankees score 20 runs and they break the record for the most home runs in a single game. Yeah, I would say some flags popped up. So again, I am totally in for it. Okay. Also think pitchers should use a little bit of spider tack. It's my plate. I'm trying to protect it. I'm going to do everything I can to do it. And if you're up at bat, fuck you. I'm trying to take your plate. This is my job is to pitch. Your job is to hit. Okay. Let's go get them. And I got a lot to dive in with the Mets here, but I want to just do a quick, not too harsh recap on the Yankees week also. That game where they put up 20. Yeah, they still let up 9. So, not great. And then they got beat up a little bit by the D-backs, man. Corbin Burns, okay, fine. He pitched with the Orioles. He knows the Yankees. All good. Knows how to get him out. Then they get not dogged, but they were losing, and then bottom of the 9th, Volpe hits a home run to give a little bit of hope. No good. And then they won to avoid the sweep. So fine, but bullpen does not look good, man. They continue to be a boom or bust offense, which is super volatile way to go through the season, man. They're lucky they play in a weak AL. If they played in the NL, man, I don't know. NL is stacked. I'm not putting against them because they started undefeated. The Yankees they're going to be okay. They're going to be good. I may have been mistaken with Boston, but I don't think so. It's a long season. They'll get it together. But Devers, oh boy, Devers said, "Oh, I play third." Now he doesn't play third. He said, "Oh, I don't play third anymore." And guess what else I don't do anymore? I don't hit anymore. But Yankees got some shit to work on. I think they'll be okay. I think they'll be fine. But Belly looks good. The lineup is all over the place. But that's Boone's deal, though. Boone likes to move the lineup around. Lot of baseball left. Okay. I'll break down the Mets week in a second here. But cool stat that I just wanted to touch on real quick, just a little around the league because, we keep it all over the place. Carson Kelly of the Cubs hit for the cycle. Okay, it's a cycle. Who cares? Well, for the Cubs, that was the first cycle in 32 years. Kind of insane to think about. And, Uncle Rice here, he does his research. Funny stat about that, the last player to hit a cycle for the Cubs was Kelly Grace, May 9th, 1993. Kelly. Carson Kelly, do you know what year he was born? 1994. Funny how that works out. Digging a little bit deeper into cycles too, because I was down a rabbit hole. We've all been there. A couple other cool stats about cycles, because a cycle's pretty cool, man. I mean, you see a guy with probably his last at bat, and it flashes on the bottom of the screen and says needs a double or needs a home run to hit the cycle. It's pretty, come on. You can do this. You stretch it out. Fuck it. Stretch it out. Who cares where the ball goes? Stretch it out. That and like a triple. Seeing a guy lay got a triple. I think those are like two of the more exciting plays in MLB. Anyway, the Nats and the Brewers, their last 3 cycles are by the same player for their respective teams. The Brewers by Mr. Yelich, which goes to show more dysfunction in Miami. Can't believe they just, whatever, gave him away. That whole outfit. Anyway, different story, different time. Yelich has the last 3 cycles for the Brewers. How the mighty have fallen. He's still all right, but he's always hurt. And then for the Nats, Trey Turner. Last 3 cycles for the Nats. And he had 2 of them within a week of each other. It's crazy to think of. I mean, I'm fine with him being in Philly. He's a hell of a player in Philly. Just thank God he didn't stay on the Dodgers. But, I don't know. Just some fun, obscure little stat there. I also do want to touch on that Cubs game that Carson Kelly did hit that cycle in. So that was at the A's, not the Oakland A's, at the A's, the Athletics. It's their first game playing in Sacramento. That's where they're playing until they get their stadium built in Vegas because their owner's a piece of shit. They lost 18-3. Okay. Apparently, the stadium only seats 14K, and it was packed to the gills, which great. They were all chanting, "Let's go Oakland," and sell the team. Still doubling down from last season. John Fisher, the coward owner that he is, wasn't in attendance. It's their first game in the new stadium that they're going to be there for 3 years. It's not like a runoff with like Tampa where they're playing at George Steinbrenner and they're doing it for the season and we'll figure out. They're going to be there for 3 years. This is the first game there, the owner of the team. A chance to kind of maybe smooth things over, maybe at least show face, maybe even just go take your beating and then just whatever, appease the masses. Nope, didn't show. He had other things to do, apparently. So then it falls on their 2 players. Falls on J.J. Bleday and Brent Rooker. Okay, Brent Rooker surprisingly 30, by the way. He quoted after the game, "I think we recognize the need for a temporary home until we get where we're going. And I think we're fully prepared to embrace this as our home for the next 3 years. Both the stadium and the city, and we'll make the very best of it and hope to make them proud." Does that not sound like a leader? Does that not like somebody that you want on your team? And speaking of leaders, Peter Alonso hits his first home run of the year, grand slam in Game 1 of the Miami series. Then follows it up with another 3-run blast in the rubber match to tie it up. The kid's going to have 150 ribbies this year if this is how it's going to look. This is the Juan Soto effect, okay? Yes, Soto is an unbelievable player, whatever, but this is the Juan Soto effect. Soto is going to get his, but he makes everyone around him 3 times better. If Lindor, who always starts slow in April, so no worries there. Also, he just had his first son, so anybody that's a parent out there, you know what it's like to have a son. I'll chalk his 2 hours up to that. If Lindor and Soto are both going to be on base, Pete is going to get fastballs. And God God forbid you let him get a hold of one. That game last night, he had 2 doubles and a 3-run home run, right? Okay. His exit velo on the 3 hits was 114 miles per hour, 113 miles per hour, and 113 miles per hour. And his fly out to deep left, warning track left, was 107 miles per hour. You want to talk about pure power? God, I'm so happy he's back. I'm so happy he's back. Pretty much all around decent stuff from everybody this week. Definitely, if I'm being fair, definitely plenty of room for improvement. They had some shaky defense in the field. And you can tell that Vientos is clearly, he's struggling. He's letting all the little things affect his game. And, not running the play out to first. Then he had a missed throw home when he probably could have just turned 2 to get out of the inning, which then leads to him hitting like a shallow pop-up with runners in scoring position. He had his big anger moment. He threw his helmet. Remember, he didn't even start the season with the team last year, and I think that kind of lit a fire under his ass. So when he did come up, he dominated. So I just hope he's not getting too comfortable. But also the talent that is on this team that has been here for a while, they can coach him up like player to player. Like, a coach to a player, you can take criticism, but player to player, a teammates that you respect, it's different. There's a lot of good talent on the team can teach him things. So I think it'd be worth hearing from them. Also, there's enough talent on this team that made the roster for him to maybe take a seat for a day or two. Just catch a breath. Beatty can play third. Acuna can play second. They'll be okay. Okay? Soto is proving to be exactly as advertised. Made a nice catch and right. But then, had a couple little miscues. I wouldn't call them errors or like lost in the sun, fly balls or anything. But, he's not the strongest fielder, which is fine. I'm not mad at that. Okay? He's fucking Ted Williams at 26 at the plate. Okay? I will sacrifice a little bit of defense, especially with Jose Siri and Taylor next to him in center, for this. This man just doesn't make outs. Okay? He doesn't make outs. Nimmo grew a beard, and now he's daddy hack 4-hole hitter, apparently. So his swing has changed a little bit, and it may be contributing to a little bit of his early struggles, but he'll come around. Nimmo knows what the hell he's doing. Going back to the kids, too, Acuna and Beatty both look super strong. They're young. And McNeil is looming in the shadows, so that's only going to push them more. They're both having great at-bats. I always call Beatty the quadruple A player. You send him down to triple A, he hits 390. Call him up to the majors, he hits 180. So he might be involved in a little bit of a trade here coming down the way, but we'll see. And that leads me into the real issue here, okay? Pitching. All the Met fans try to say, oh, no, we'll be fine. Well, look, Manaea's been ruled out another 4 weeks and then plus ramp-up time. So you're looking like middle May and middle June. Saying you look good, but he is a 6-man rotation guy. And Holmes also looked good, but there's a semi-little question mark for him to be able to transition from starter or from reliever to starter. When you're a reliever, you get in, it's go, 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 go. This is my inning. I got to be super amped up. When you're a starter, man, you got 5, 6 of these things, 7, hopefully. Take it slow. Clear the noise. Just relax and go out there and give your best stuff. So, pitching, they need to make a move. And all the Mets players, after they faced Alcantara, they were gassing him up. Like, oh, yeah, them adding him to his team would be great. But if I'm David Stearns, I'm in the corner like, yo, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm trying to make that move, man. But you guys are gassing his price up. They need a pitcher, man, who's good and controllable. And that's what Sandy is. Look, this might be blasphemy to say. They have 4 amazing shortstop prospects. And they're trying them at center. They're trying them at left. They're trying them a couple of those guys are going to get moved, okay? But Luis Torrens looks pretty good behind the plate. And Kevin Parada, who they drafted in the first round, also, from all the reports, looks like a stud. Would it be insane to maybe entertain Francisco Alvarez getting put in a trade for like a monster pitcher? Is that bad of me to say? I love Alvarez, I do. He's part of the Los Mets club that we got going on here, but I mean, to get, you got to give, you know? I wouldn't mind hearing it. I wouldn't mind entertaining it for the right player. Well. That's a wrap for this week's episode of Rice on the Mics. Seems like we ran a little bit over time, but thanks for hanging with me. You guys know the drill. If you're feeling the show, hit me up on all the socials. Ask any questions you want at Rice on the Radio. That's RICEONTHERADIO. Rice on the Radio. Don't forget to share with a friend. We're trying to grow this thing, man, one episode at a time, and it starts with you. You guys ain't listening. I'm just talking to myself. And I always appreciate you guys listening. Let's spread some good energy out there. Tell someone you love them today. And remember, giving positive energy gets you positive energy. So take it easy. Take care of you people. And I'll catch you next week, boys. Same mic, same fire. Until then, be easy. Peace.